Get your nipples prepared.
Welcome to Zombie Takeover Television children's stories. Stories we wrote as children. Stories our children wrote. Huh? Ken, we could do that. Your kids could write something.
That'd be fucked up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
By children, for children.
By children, for children. It can be anything. And we're inviting everyone, you included, to send in your children's stories. I know you won't. So don't worry. But Scott's going to read a story he wrote in, what grade was it?
This is a 6th grade book project.
6th grade book project.
The year was 1996.
Year of our Lord, 1996.
1996. The book's called Football Time. I wrote the book and did all the illustrations myself. So we'll get started here.
Wait, before we start, is that an about the author at the beginning there?
No, this is about the book. The about the author is at the end.
Oh, well, let's get the about the book.
Alright, about the book, Scott Kramer, Steve Gerlach, fall in a radiation pit. Went to football practice and eventually played for the Cincinnati Bengals. They won every game into the playoffs. The Bengals got into the Super Bowl. It was a tough game. Can they pull it off? Can they pull it off? Dun, 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 dun.
I think
Football time.
That coach wasn't around back then, was he?
No, I don't think, what was his name?
Alright, it starts off, bzzz, I don't want to go to school, I moaned. But Scott, you have a field trip today, said my mom. She was right, we did have a field trip today. So I got up, made my bed, went downstairs, had some frosted Cheerios. The bus finally came. I got on it and sat in seat 20. It was a boring hour bus ride, but eventually we got to school.
Seat 20?
Seat 20.
They had it marked?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Odd on one side and even on the other.
Up on top of the...
Really?
1, 2, 3, 4. And the further back you got, the cooler you
We rode
were.
the same bus, so I don't even know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes, seat 20. So it was pretty cool by then.
Yeah, right. Of course.
And
if you're that far back.
and it really was an hour bus ride to school because I was the first fucking kid on the bus. I mean, the first kid on the bus, children. This is already
Adult children
All right,
stories
whatever.
for children of
All
children.
right. So I eat my
Don't let your kids
Cheerios.
watch it. Before we go on, don't let your kids watch anything on our fucking channel. I don't care what it is.
Okay, class, said Mrs. Hoffman, my teacher. We're going to the new nuclear power plant today, which is normal. We all got our lunches and got in the bus. I got to sit by Steve, my best friend. We talked and played games. It took us 2.5 hours
Hold on a minute.
to get there.
This could be like two sentence intermissions here.
The thing that I love is that they're going 2.5 hours away to a highly dangerous area. That would be a fucking permission slip, buddy. That would be like insurance liabilities. I like it though. Let's go. What happens?
Oh, yeah, we got our lunches and got on the bus. I sat next to Steve, who's my best friend, and we talked and played games. Took us 2.5 hours to get there. We parked and piled out of the bus. Took our tour in groups of 2. Makes sense, right?
Just 2 lone kids.
Yes,
around
took
a power
our tour
plant.
in groups of stew.
Groups of 2.
Let's load these kids
Took our
up.
tour in groups of 2. Steve and I were in a group together, of course.
Of 2.
Of 2.
It's a
We went
pair.
to the radiation pits first because they have radiation pits there. I guess open they have radiation pits.
We went to the radiation pits. You know what I'm thinking? You probably watched The Simpsons, right? At the Simpsons power plant, there was open pits of radiation.
That was pretty.
And fucking any superhero thing you watch, open pits of radiation are literally littering the earth.
It's everywhere. Shoot my camera, I said. What? Asked Steve. My camera fell into the pit. I reached in and tried to grab it, but I slipped. Steve grabbed me. We both fell in. I remember anything after that. I can't remember anything. I woke up at the bank of a river. We found our way home just in time for football practice.
The radiation pits float at the rivers.
Yeah,
Really?
they do.
The part where we found our way home was a different story because obviously they must have left us behind because I woke up on the bank of a river and we found our way home in just in time for football practice. So apparently we got a ride from somebody else. Keep in mind that we
all
were
right.
soaked in radiation. I went and noticed something weird. I was better than usual. In fact, Steve and I were so good. Coach called up the Cincinnati Bengals and told him about
I like
us.
to picture that you noticed something weird at first by the fucking burns. That would be, well, I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't burn you.
We don't know. This could be a different type of radiation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't
Anyways,
man.
Yeah, that's true.
our coach called up Cincinnati Bengals. Who's,
Superman. Never mind. Superman came from Krypton. He had the abilities.
and told the owner about us. So we were in training for 2 months. Finally got the call about the team, and we made it. I said, and this was excitement. This was pure excitement. Our first game was against the Baltimore Ravens. Steve was the starting fullback. I was the starting receiver, and we won that game and every game after that, and got into the playoffs.
Right, you would.
Yes.
Win all those games.
And in the playoffs, we got in the American Football Conference Championship, which is the AFC Championship. We played the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right.
It was a tough game, but we pulled it off. It's time for Super Bowl 31. Super Bowl 31. We have Jeff Blake versus Troy Aikman, who are the quarterbacks for the teams, respectively, at the time. Finally, it was Super Bowl Sunday. We had to play the Dallas Cowboys, and no one could believe that the Cincinnati Bengals were in the Super Bowl. My mom is a big Bengals fan. We kicked it off from the 40-yard line.
She would be. You're
Yeah.
on the team now.
Yeah. It went so far that we couldn't see it anymore.
What are you
Fine. We kicked off from the 40-yard line.
What's your issue?
The ratio between the foot and the football is so...
It's a midget foot. It's a midget foot. I'm sorry.
He's a little kid. Man.
Yeah, I'm a little kid.
It's like half his leg.
I was the kicker too, because I had the
You
best
were
leg on
everything,
the
weren't
team.
you?
No. Jeff Blake was still the quarterback. I was the receiver. I happened to be the kicker and all that stuff. Anyways, I kicked it from the 40-yard line. Went so far, I couldn't see it anymore. Finally, it came back from behind us and went to the 20-yard line. Got 5 yards on it. I got an interception when I jumped towards the clouds and caught it. I made a touchdown on it, and by the end of the first quarter, it was 14-7, our lead. The second quarter was tough. We only scored 7 points, but the Cowboys scored 14. The score was tied 21-all. And it finally became halftime, and the coach took us into the locker room. He gave us a motivational pep talk, which was push-ups. We went back onto the field and did our exercises.
That's the least effective fucking strategy.
Well, besides...
All right, guys, stop. Push-ups.
Yeah.
Clear your heads.
Besides our exercises, we did wind sprints and then practiced a little and ran a few plays. So we did push-ups, wind sprints, and all that.
That's tiring in the middle of the
Yes. And to start the second half, Dallas had to kick off. It was an onside-er, but we got it. The ball was spotted at the 50-yard line. The quarterback threw it to me, and I got dug into the ground. I went underground until I was in the end zone. Then I popped up.
That can't be. There had to be a flag.
Now
on
it
that
was
one.
28-21. It's legal. Look it up. Look it up.
Really?
Look it up.
It's
Down
based
by
on-
contact.
It's based on.
Down by
facts.
contact. I popped up in the end zone. Now we had a 28-21 lead. At the end of the third quarter, the score was 35-28, our lead. Now it was the fourth quarter, and I was pumped as ever. It was their ball on the 42-yard line. They handed it off to the running back, Emmitt Smith, who went to the 11-yard line, where he got pounded into the ground by our defense, which is why the hammer is on the Dallas Cowboys helmet, as you can see. And on the next play, they scored a touchdown, though, making the score tied at 35. Scores all tied. There was only 2 minutes left in the game. We drove down the field, but we got stopped at our own 2-yard line, which can't really drive down the field and get stopped at your own 2-yard line. But I wasn't worried about that. There was only 5 seconds left on the clock.
Oh man, that's not enough time.
We were in field goal range.
Oh, well then.
And I was trying for a 98-yard attempt. They're kicking it up. It is good!
From a whole football field.
98 yards. You better believe it.
Why did you even give yourself 2? Why not just 1? You need a little bit of room.
I think it would have believable.
Yeah, you're going to need a little bit of room in the end zone.
Honestly, for falling into nuclear waste, that's a pretty reasonable expectation out of it. Most people want to fly or something.
After that, I gave up the Bengals, started collecting butterflies that have 70-foot wingspans and dinosaurs that eat whole cities. I love showing off my Super Bowl 31 ring. Nothing weird happened after that. Almost nothing.
Oh no. Is this leading us into... Is there more?
No.
No?
No, that was it. It was a cliffhanger.
Oh shit, you're gonna have to finish that.
Yeah. I really, yeah.
Homework for my 2
Butterflies with 70-foot wingspan and dinosaurs that eat whole cities. Went off the deep end a little bit there.
Just to see what happens because I know something else happened.
Yeah. Nothing weird happened after that.
Until...
Almost nothing.
Almost nothing.
Almost nothing.
Right. Well, let's hear about the author.
About the author, Scott Kramer was born in Kenton, Ohio. Which nobody's allowed to be born in Kenton anymore.
That's true.
Unless you're born at home.
actually
Unless you're
born in
Amish. Yeah.
Wow.
July 26, 1985. He received different awards for his writing ability and was inspired by his mom's love for the Bengals.
Oh, man. Well, thanks for sharing that.
Yes.
Hopefully I can dig up one of mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
If nothing
interesting.
else.
Anybody, ask your parents, whatever, your mom probably saved it.
If nothing else, I have 2 children that will just talk about whatever I can just ask them something. Like, come up with a story. Tell me a story. And I kind of can guide them through that and get some interesting things from them.
You can write a children's story now without being really conceited or cynical about everything.
Right. You've got...
Fuck that. I can't... I'm just not that innocent anymore.
I don't want to just play football well. I want to be able to own my own team.
Yeah.
Of superheroes. But yeah, I enjoyed your story and thanks for sharing it. I hope everyone enjoyed it if you watched this. Like I said, send your shit in. We'll read that.
Send it in.
We'll do something.
Have you seen his little picture?
Not yet, but I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get all that on camera here.
I have my football jersey on for 6th grade.
Well, you would.
Naturally.
You always took your fall pictures with your football jersey.
Oh yeah, I never had one because I only played football through the first couple weeks. When they started saying we're gonna do this twice a day, I was like, "You're gonna fucking do this twice a day. I'm gonna go home."
I have giant Caucasian balls.
What's up? I'm Maddox, and you're watching Zombie Takeover TV.
There you go. I'm Justin. You're watching Zombie Takeover TV.
My name is Mallory, and you're watching Zombie Takeover TV.
Okay, go ahead.
My name is Jenna, and you're watching Zombie Takeover TV. I'm Heather, and you're watching Zombie Takeover TV.
My name is Noah Haley, and I'm here for Zombie Takeover TV.
Alright, go ahead.
Hey, I'm Judas Thomas, and we're watching Zombie Takeover TV. My name is Chelsea, and we're watching Zombie Takeover TV.
Hey, my name is Daniel Young, owner and runner of Young's Martial Arts Academy. I'm here at Zombie Taking Over TV, man, just rocking it.
Hey, my name is Ken Newman. You're watching Zombie Takeover TV.
You are watching Zombie Takeover TV. Join the Horde. Join the Horde.